It is the 28th of July 1946, and the all-out assault against the Axis positions has begun. The Japanese troops have scored a significant tactical victory in Africa. We have encircled and wiped out large parts of the Italian garrison here, and even though they have been trying to counterattack us through El Alamein, this is a well-fortified position and there's no way they're going to get through there. We are launching assaults across the Bosporus and into Axis territory here, but this is also these are well-prepared defensive lines and well-supplied defensive lines, so this is not an easy assault. We do, however, have the 30 divisions of the Third Army in reserve that we can flood into the area to expand the front lines. Meanwhile, the biggest push happens on the Eastern Front, where we have encircled and wiped out, we've sprung our trap between the rivers, we've encircled and wiped out most of the German divisions. We have taken the strategic supply hub of Hindenburg, but pushing towards the north is going to be difficult given that we are relatively short on supply here. So we probably will have to hold here for the time being and concentrate some of the armored forces towards a push on Rostov, and see that we can take out that we can cut off all the German divisions here in this area, because they are all poorly supplied. So this is an opportunity for us to make this happen. We're still more or less holding the rest of the front line, although we are making some pushes here towards the port in Arkhangelsk, and making sure that we are seeing if we can push the Germans back and take that supply from them as well. We have started a naval invasion of Norway, and the mountain specialists of the 7th Army are currently battling their way towards Oslo, and these 19 divisions hopefully will draw some defensive troops away. It looks like a lot of German troops are actually moving north towards Denmark, or maybe were moving north. We don't know. Don't have the greatest of insights. We are currently running the. We were running the cipher, but now we need to decrypt it again because the Germans have changed it. So we will need to do that again. We are about to declare war on Portugal because there is not an awful lot else to do. The Portuguese, however, have a fair amount of ships by the looks of it, although most of them are destroyers and a bunch of submarines. There's one light cruiser of the Atlantico class, but everything else is just destroyer forces. So that could get a little annoying, but let's see how our naval troop divisions are doing. Carrier Group 2 is currently docked in Sussex and is recovering from the latest forays. We have taken Soyuz seems to have taken a little bit of damage, so we might actually just get Carrier Group 2 to repair. And we've got Carrier Group 1, which is on strike force and might be able to cut off the German marauders that are running around in this area. And Carrier Group 3 is currently heading to Alexandria. Yeah, so they are in the Red Sea. They're about to enter the Red Sea and take post in Alexandria, and then we can assault anything that swims in the Mediterranean. We have things are interesting in the air. Let's put it that way. We are facing some oppositions now in the air, and we do not have an awful lot. We've got some tactical bombers. We can start getting them onto close air support. We've still got 3 fighter wings here that we can send to Istanbul and then assist with aerial superiority over Greece. We do have a single jet fighter wing operating in Greece currently, but of course they are completely outnumbered. And we do have some. These are tactical bombers, close air support, close air support. Okay, so this is all close air support. Can we don't have anything more further north, but we can already start orienting ourselves towards this region here. We are opposed by some parts of the Luftwaffe. We have four fighter wings up in the air, so that should help with that. And once we take out the airports, then not an awful lot else is going to be happening. Everything else is has more or less been diverted towards the effort in France, or is on. We've got a large group of tactical bomber wings here sitting that do not necessarily have an awful lot to do. We probably will redirect. We don't have a closer airport really. That's a level 1 airbase, and we're not controlling it. Yeah, we don't really have a good forward airbase, so for now we're just going to focus them on close air support over the Western Steppe and be done with it. We can redirect maybe 5 wings over the Arctic region. They do have the range for that. We can actually move them a little bit further up north, and then they can support there. Okay. Cool, so that's that all sorted. Let's get on with it. The assault in Ethiopia is happening still, and I think once we've taken this, then we'll probably just keep marching through Africa, because there's not an awful lot that they can do. This is all just convoy raider stuff. This is all just war propaganda. We're not interested in. I still don't know where Baskonia is. I have no idea. But we have all the war support we ever need, so that's not an issue. These are all just smaller skirmishes, I believe. A Swedish convoy. I haven't seen one of those. Some IKEA sent to the bottom. And we have sunk 12 German destroyers. And they have a couple of naval bombers coming in as well. Have they done any damage? Yeah, they actually have some. We have taken some. Kaga has taken some damage, so that's what happened to the carrier group. That's why they are. That's why they were damaged, because they have taken some hits from Spanish land-based aircraft, which is quite annoying. Okay, so right now, where were we at? We were trying to make a push here. Actually, I am almost tempted to hold off here until. Nah, we'll leave it. We'll see if we can make a move around. If we can break through here. I think we should be able to. These are relatively weak. No. None of that, please. A relatively weak division, so we should be able to break through here. We have the mechanized infantry digging in. I am actually going to call off this attack for now. So let's stop this attack, because we might be able to get the encirclement going here. So if we can get these to return and on the assault, then we might be able to encircle a bunch of panzer divisions here, which I would be pretty happy about. So we have taken it now. Actually, no. Let's see. I would rather assault here. Stop the assault. Okay, stop the assault and assault here. Let's see if we can cut them off. And now we can run the attack here again. So that's happening. See if we can cut them off. They have some reinforcements, but they are relatively weak. We will need. Oh, okay, we've cut them off. Perfect. Okay, so we have cut off an Italian tank division, 4 panzer divisions, and a fair amount of a fair amount of other troops. So now we just have to make sure that we're holding that, but we should be able to wipe these troops out here. And tank division has raced ahead, but now needs to dig in. And yeah, we need somebody here, please, to defend, and everybody else can actually assault here, including these divisions, please. Yeah, assist with the assault here, and then we've wiped these out, which means we have somewhat stabilized the front line here, and we can begin a push towards Sofia, I believe, after this little victory. We are getting counterattacked, but they had no chance. They've been wiped out, which means the entirety of the 10th Army can now be on this front line. And we can start. We need a bit more space here, but once we've broken out a little further, we bring the next army in as well. Yeah, the modern tanks are extremely powerful if they have supply. Talking about which, let's see if we can launch our breakthrough here. So I am going to try and launch a tank assault along the river line towards Rostov, and let's see if we can make that happen. That will stretch our front line somewhat, but hopefully we should be able to defend across the river line without too many problems. So all the tank divisions here need to break through and ensure that we'll take this. Okay, so all out assault on that front. Let's see if we can cut them off in these hills here. Be another division encircled, which is a division we don't need to deal with. Unfortunately, I think this assault, yeah, it works. We are low on supply here, but it kind of works. We are actually getting counterattacked here in the northern regions, but this is currently not our strategic effort. So right now we are at least going there. Right now we are concentrating on the area here. The other thing that's super important that I actually forgot to mention is, if I can find it, that we are now cutting off the last remaining German oil reserves, because taking that off them means they are going to have to rely on, well, they still have a fair amount, they still have the Romanian resources, but after that it's going to get interesting for the Germans. They are having like they're producing some oil themselves, but all in all, it is going to be a hindrance towards their war effort. How's our assault going here in the north? We are facing Guderian, who is commanding some foreign divisions. No, and it looks our divisions can make the breakthrough here. They are mountain specialists after all, so it shouldn't be too hard. Let's see how this. We have managed to encircle a division here. Let's make sure we wipe that out, while the tanks are just rapidly pushing ahead. We are going to try to widen this a little bit, just to make sure that we're not so easily outflanked. So let's get a secondary line and see if we can cut off some of their divisions that are trying to reinforce here. Yes, we have managed to encircle a German division here, so please do wipe that out. And I think we are stretching the 13th quite a little bit. Can we get all of the 13th assigned to this? No. Where's the 13th? That's the 13th. Can we get all 24 please assigned to that front line? Okay, now unfortunately we do need the marching orders again. So I want these divisions towards Rostov, please. and I want the other tank divisions to support the assault and widen the front lines and make sure that we are cutting off any kind of reinforcements. That's too far. Probably along here, along the railway lines, and taking them out here in Krasnodar. We are controlling. They're not getting any reinforcements in the Black Sea, so they can mine it all they want. It's not going to help them. Another tank division can assist here as well. And just making sure that we're not pushing on too narrow of a front. So just making sure that that's all in good shape here. And yeah, we are getting divisions ready here for the push towards Saratov, and that'll relieve all the divisions that are currently out of supply here. So that will generally be a good thing. But I think we are relatively clear to close this one as well. We have what is this? Why are you? No, you're training. Yeah, you're out training. You're out supposed to sink submarines. Doesn't seem to have happened though. There's still some submarines operating here by the looks of it. Carrier Group 1 is intercepting a Swedish group by the looks of it. Where are you? Okay. That's way too far north for you. And Carrier Group 2 is currently under repairs, but that's okay. We'll deal with that. Has the other carrier group arrived in Alexandria? Yes, it has. So you can be back on strike force, and we will see. Oh, they are repairing at this point. Okay, that's fine. Let them repair. All right, we have widened the front lines here. So let's see where we can make some progress. The ill-fated 7 divisions that have died here on the beaches. Let's just slowly start some pushes here, and see if we can make that happen. We're obviously fighting against adverse in the air. Actually, no, we are. We apparently have clear skies over Greece. Well done then. Okay, so that means our ships just got a bit better. Let's just keep doing that. And we are going to spend the naval XP because we don't need it for anything else. And I think these are just, yeah. There are still some Italians operating here as well. That was nothing. Oh, there we go. That would be Yamamoto's carrier group has finally managed to catch the Breslau, the Dresden, and 10 destroyers, and has sunk them for the cost of 1 naval bomber. So not an awful lot left. A bunch of light cruisers and destroyers that our carrier groups can hunt down, but yeah, that might even have been an earlier one from the previous strike force. Okay, I was gonna check. Yeah, we've got 18 ships again. We have lots of destroyer escorts that can help. Then can assist with these duties. We've got a bunch, and the rest can all go and go into the fleet exercises. We have a couple more carriers, but I don't think they will be ready before anything happens. So I might actually just because this seems not to do an awful lot. There might be some ships operating here, but we haven't seen anything. So I don't know if they're submarines or if there's anything else. Maybe they're just transports. I don't know. But I am thinking of taking this task force, getting them to stop exercising, and creating another assault group out of this. So This is just destroyers. They can do what they're doing right here. Just keep hunting things just in case. Because these are all these are all submarines. Let's get the submarines sorted and make sure that we've got all these submarine squadrons equipped. But I think we haven't really taken any more submarine losses recently. So these guys can create a new task force, and that is going to be, I don't know, Subron 12, I believe. Subron 12, and we are going to get that assigned here, and these two obviously need a correct symbol. Just can't be having with that. Order in my navy. Oh yeah, that's the other one. Okay, so 2 new submarine squadrons, and we've got a whole bunch of Aganos and a bunch of Yugomos and Akizukis. So I'm gonna call this. Do we still have? Yeah, everything else is still under construction. So they have a small group of heavy ships. They've got the Ikoma, the Tsukaba, and the Unryu as a carrier. But we're going to call that Carrier Group 4. Carrier Group 4. And we're going to assign that to Osawa. And that carrier group, which is only having a single fleet carrier, but and 2 battleships, but that carrier group can assist with strike force duties, and we are going to send them. Carrier Group 2 is currently repairing, so we're going to send Carrier Group 4. Where are we going to send you? We're going to send them to that naval base here in Northern England. Okay, so that's nice. We have met some resistance by the looks of it in Norway. So what does it look like supply-wise? It's not an awful lot here supply-wise. There is a supply base here that we've taken, but it isn't connected. So let's get that fixed, because that'll help. And make that please a level 2 supply. Actually, we're probably gonna have to prioritize that. Yes, we do. We are still making more military factories. I think we've got a lot of them. All right, how's my tank advance going here? Make sure we clear that up. I do want to make sure that we are going to get capture Rostov here, but we at the same time have to also make sure that we're not getting cut off. But I think we will be able to widen the front lines sufficiently in the south here. We might even send this tank division across to the borders of Krasnodar, that they are not going to be able to do an awful lot. Still moving towards Arkhangelsk in the north. France is still Francing. How is it looking here? It's a very tough battle. We do have the aerial superiority, and we're fighting some German infantry divisions, but we're attacking across the river, that's why. I didn't see that there was a river. But we've almost made it. So let's see if we can get across the river. That's obviously not a great thing to do, but let's see if we can get across, and that would be neat. Ethiopia, we're still expanding, and yeah, the Italians have absolutely nothing here. So we can just sweep through their territory there. Norway turns out to be a tougher nut to crack than I thought it was going to be. I'm almost thinking of calling off the assault here for now, because it looks like this is maybe about as far as we're going to get. Although we do have some reinforcements coming in, so let's not stall any momentum that we're building at this point. So, okay, France is holding, and we might make it across the river towards Alexandroupolis here. But I want to see if we can take Rostov. Okay, so we've got 4 tank divisions, which are running low on fuel, so I'm going to leave 2 here, and the other 2 have to take Rostov. Now Rostov would be a Black Sea port, so we should actually be able to supply from here. but let's see if we can make that happen. So we've got this 2 tank divisions. We get the other 2 to secure the southern side of the river. Just to make sure the Germans don't... Oh no, we actually need to counterattack here. Otherwise they might be able to cut us off somewhat. Okay. Some defense potentially. And yeah, there is some defense in Rostov, but I don't think they have an awful lot. No, keep the pressure up. Make sure you're securing the south bank of the river, and that we encircle all these divisions. I am going to already give the 6th here their marching orders. So 6th can start the attack. We might have to stop this because we are getting counterattacked here. But I think we will be able to take Rostov, and that is going to be a major victory. The lines are stretched, but they're holding, and we have taken Rostov. Yes. Okay, we have taken Rostov. We definitely need to hold that, but let's try to expand, and the next step is going to be sure to cut them off. Around Krasnodar. So we do need tanks here in the south as well, and we're just going to bypass the infantry and push towards Krasnodar and see that we can cut them off there, and make sure these make sure the lines are secure here. We can stop this assault at this point. We are holding Rostov, and we can now begin the cleanup operations, although we are relatively low on supply everywhere, but so are the Germans. Because they are now cut off unless they get supply through unless they manage to get supply through Sevastopol and through the Kerch Strait, but we will see about that. Okay, the tanks are we'll actually just push towards Krasnodar at this point, I think. Yeah, we will just use the momentum to push towards Krasnodar. The whole front here is attacking in the south, and that are 37 Axis divisions that we've cut off here. Well, not quite cut off yet, but we have taken Krasnodar, and we will try to push them out here. Another tank division can as well assist with this assault here. We have managed to get some fuel out of Krasnodar, I believe, and that means all the divisions here, please join in the attack, and just cut through them and make sure that everything that this whole encirclement is getting cleaned up. But we're not there yet quite. The tanks are running low on supply again, but we do need to cut them off here in Sevastopol still as well. While the infantry is assaulting from the south. Okay, have we taken Arkhangelsk yet? I believe we have not. Let's attempt that again, and get one division to assist with the assault and push towards Arkhangelsk, and the other division to surround them from the south and see if we can take that port. Okay. That is a bit of a stretch here on our lines in the north, but I think this encirclement here is going to make great strides. We're still trying to get across the river. I think we're going to abandon this assault for now. We don't have the momentum here, so just dig in for now. And the defenses here, these are fortified defenses across the river in Alexandroupolis. That is going to be too costly to push. We might be able to push further in the north. But this is a very heavily fortified area that's difficult to process. Yamamoto is chasing things again. Oh, there's that little German group. He's hot on their tails. And the other carrier group is trying to sail... Oh, he's trying to sail around the South Cap again. Yamamoto, you can't make that happen. Okay, anyway, let's see if we can. Let's see if at least carrier group 1 is going to be able to catch that. Yes, we are. But I think it's a different group, and we've already sunk 2 destroyers. So 9 destroyers have gotten away, but we've sunk one of the light cruiser and one of their destroyers. So hopefully he is going to manage to find the rest of them as well. And yeah, I think these are all other smaller battles. Let's concentrate on where the action is. And that's not happening. Let's leave troop resting. Yeah, this is the critical junction at this point. The tanks are exhausted, but we have managed to break through. Okay, we have managed to break through. So we get 1 tank division to wipe out that. We'll wipe out that one, and the other ones are going to. No. I need. We're gonna hold here. I'm gonna get. Make sure that they lose the port of Novorossiysk, and the other divisions are going to stay here. We do need to hold this, so I'm going to actually get these 2 tank divisions onto a fallback line just temporarily until we have cleaned up here, and until this whole salient is reduced, and until these German divisions are defeated. Alright, sorry, had to step away for a minute. What has happened? We have encircled a whole bunch of divisions here. Let's make sure that they get wiped out. And the assault here is continuing. Yeah, okay, so all's good. And here we're just holding. Okay. Now I'm back. I'm back on the picture. The front line in the north is a little bit shaky, but I think after this victory, the German divisions here in the east are going to start crumbling significantly, because that is 37 German divisions all in all that we're going to take out here, and that is a major. That's going to be another major victory on the Eastern Front. And once these are gone, then we will reinforce the front in the north. And I guess the next, let's have a look where the supply is. We might actually be able to push towards Kharkov here, honestly, already at this point. Or we're gonna deal with Crimea and take that out. But I'm almost tempted to, because this is relatively good in supply, I'm almost tempted to push north towards here, actually, towards what used to be Leningrad. It has all been renamed, and see that we cut off the whole German eastern armies. We should have the troops to make this happen. We have stopped the assault here for now. I am sort of tempted to try another one. Let's see if we can expand a little bit, although these are probably relatively well dug in. We'll leave this front for now. Anybody on the hunt? No. Carrier group 2 is still repairing. Okay, so let's just watch the let's watch the remainders of the German armies here. Actually, oh, why are these not attacking from the south? Because they run out of front line, that's why. Okay, we have pushed so far north that we are literally just run out. Yeah, keep attacking. Keep attacking. Everybody keep attacking. If I have to do it by hand, I'll do it by hand. Okay. And these divisions as well. These should be relatively fresh infantry divisions, although they are now also again running out of supply. But that all should be sorted once we have dealt with these. Once we have dealt with this pocket here. So let's make sure that that happens. And just wipe this all out. We've taken Novorossiysk. Let's cut them off completely from the ocean, but I don't think they have any ports left that they can deal with. We'll just keep... it's not the greatest territory for tanks, but I don't think they will... Without supply, I don't think they will have a great chance to survive this at all. There's another infantry division that's not doing anything. Okay. Yep, the noose is tightening. How many divisions left? Still 29, yeah, 29 German divisions left here that are still part of this pocket. Let's see if we can get across the river here. No, but we can assist with all the pushes and make that all happen. Okay, so while that's getting wiped out, yeah, I am almost thinking, given that we are this close to Arkhangelsk, honestly. These divisions are still moving. We are very close in the north, so we might be able to cut through here and just encircle the whole eastern front in one fell swoop, because France is still holding, even though we're outnumbered probably 2 to 1. Oh, easily 2 to 1, yeah, probably more than that. So France is holding. We're still expanding in Africa, although the Italians are now starting to get some reinforcements here. And but we have taken Ethiopia off them. And once we've cleaned up this, oh yeah, there we go. Once we've cleaned up this encirclement here, then we can rearrange the front lines and see if we can get the Air Force relocated as well. What are the air bases looking like here? Complete garbage. But Rostov is we could build the air base around Stalingrad, but I am almost thinking to start the push on the Rostov region. So let's get that up to level 10 air base and Stalingrad as well. Okay, we do have some naval battles, but that's nothing. We do have to buy oh yeah, we have to declare on Portugal. Let's do that. Send declares war on Portugal. So now we can take out Macau, and we can take out that little possession here. So assault, that should be doable, and then I think that's all the Portugal. Nope, there's another bit of Portugal here. So everybody here assault that as well. And make that happen. Yeah, Portugal has joined the Axis. That should not be a large problem. Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on it, just making sure that things don't go sideways. But we have, I think, pretty much carved up the last remaining German divisions. Portuguese Angola has joined Portugal. Okay, so somewhere in Africa we're fighting. Well, what else is new? Okay, wipe out this last pocket here, please. As well as that one. Yep, there we go. And then we'll have a quick look at the German casualties while we are rearranging the forces. I am actually thinking of getting the sixth to hold the low supply area here, and focus our tank forces on this area. So we are getting a little counterattack here and there, especially in the areas where there's no supply, but we are holding right now. What does this whole look like? Yeah, the Hindenburg position is important, obviously, and I don't think we'll be pushing across here into Crimea, but we're just going to rearrange the front lines now. Yeah. Okay, so we have taken them out. Let's take a brief look at the casualties. Japanese casualties against Germany, 350,000 all in all. And the Germans have now lost 4.3 million soldiers. The French are almost at 1 million, and Italy is kind of stable, but Spain already has taken 1 million casualties. Where have we fought the Spanish so much? Quite interesting. Okay, we're holding here for now. And I am I am tempted to do a further push here, because while this is all very difficult terrain and very heavily fortified, their strategic oil reserves are sitting here, and we're not going to come there from the east just yet. But let's begin reorganizing the fronts for now. So all these front lines need to go, and we will have the divisions of the 6th Army, because these are mostly infantry divisions. The 6th Army is going to hold the line here. So that's no, all of the 6th Army, please. Where are they? There. So all of the 6th Army, please, against that front line. They're just gonna hold, and we will have the divisions of the 13th. And we're going to select the whole of this, the 13th. No, that's not the 13th. There it is, 13th Army. We're going to have the 13th holding from on the Hindenburg line. There. And why is that only 13 divisions? That should be a lot more than that. 24 divisions. There we go. So 24 divisions of the 13th. We do have to keep somebody here, actually. Let's get 1, 2, 3 divisions. Should be massively sufficient to hold that. Actually, let's just quickly push them out from there. And then no, we're not yet ready. And then the 12th, which is our somewhat more modern troops. The 12th is going to get a front line which is pretty heavily concentrated around Rostov, and is going to 24 divisions of the 12th Army. So the 12th Army is going to assault Leningrad, which has been renamed Ludendorff. So that's going to be the push. And that technically should, if it succeeds, cut off the whole Eastern Army of the Germans. So that is a pretty bold move here, but we should have the divisions to make this happen, and try and tie the noose here, because they don't really have an awful lot of divisions left where they do need to defend. They do need to defend here, and they do need to. They are running the attack in France, although France seems to be mostly happening by the French at this point. 107 divisions. How many of these are actually Germans? I think there's still a fair amount of German divisions here in that mix. Okay. Assault in Norway is happening. That we're still trying to take Oslo. And I think the assault on Oslo is actually happening. So these divisions are busy fighting in the mountains. We'll let them be. And we'll prepare. We'll get everything ready, preparing for that attack. Air Force. Can we... what is the airport looking like here? Stalingrad Air Base is tiny, and Rostov Air Base is not large either. And Stavropol is not big either. But we can send already 6 tactical bomber wings over there, and everybody else start fighting in that region. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a shuffle here, and we might actually lose some ground while we are reshuffling the troops. I think the assault on Arkhangelsk has actually failed, because we are completely out of supply, and they are defending at this point. So I think we are going to have to wait for some more divisions to make their way there. And this should end up not being an issue. Oh, we are attacking across the river. That's fine. Okay, stop that. Just go around. There's no reason to do that. Just go around, and then it's assault them from there. Okay. So let's get all the divisions reorganized, because that's going to be a bit of trucking back and forth here. While the armies are getting into their new positions, we might lose some ground while that happens, but it's not going to be a huge issue. Can we? We've got 15 divisions here. What if I select everything? What if I select 10 divisions of these? Can I get through these mountain positions here? I might be able to. So if we can take Greece and start threatening Italy, that'll be a big victory for us as well. Let's see if we can cut off these divisions here. We've got a couple more reserves here that we can pull off. Actually, is it possible to walk across? No. Anyway, we can pull these reserves off. Yeah, we're just defending here for now. That's fine. These troops are dug in, even with air support, and even with and look at that. Even with heavy artillery, they're not going to break through there at all. Okay. No, I wanted the tanks to actually assault here. No, not interested. And I think the tanks were just trucking off, so that's pretty unfortunate. Let's assign that tank division here for now. Let's make 2 tank divisions assigned here, and let's wait for some more divisions to come in, and then we can. I want that tank division in the north, in Krasnodar. Get them their organization back. Okay, how does it look? Is everybody starting to get into positions? Yeah, the Germans seem to be trying to exploit, but I think they are too. They're reacting too slowly to the fact that we've moved off the front lines. Yeah, the assault on Arkhangelsk is not happening. I think we're just holding at this point because they have supply and we don't. So. We could try to construct a port and see if that gets us anywhere. No, like a level 3 port. It's going to take a while, but we'll just hold here. But that'll give us some supply via ship in the north, and then we might be able to break through there. But right now they seem to be holding, so okay. Yeah, please, everybody. Okay, assault here and get through there, and that should sort things out. Once we are holding this side of the strait, I think we can just leave the mechanized infantry here to defend. And yeah, everybody else is getting into position. Supply is looking a bit sketchy. It's starting to look a little bit sketchy. That's probably because we're still working on some of these railway lines. But yeah, Hindenburg is slightly stretched, but seems to be holding up. There's no supply here, but that's okay. We will just be holding here. The Germans don't have supply either. The next German supply hub here in the north is Saratov, which was one of our strategic objectives earlier, but I think we're not going to actually go there, but we're going to try to push. We're going to try to push towards the north here. So we're just waiting for the divisions to get here and to get their organization back, and then we will launch the assault. Because it's also August, and it's not yet winter, but we want to make that happen before winter. Let's have a brief look if Carrier Group 2 is still repairing in Sussex. They have taken some damage from these Spanish planes that the Spaniards really need to go. How does it look? We are assaulting the Portuguese in Goa. For coming down from the mountains, the Portuguese are surrounded. They do obviously have supply, but we should eventually be able to root them out. And it looks like this attack is stalling a little bit. So let's get everybody in on the assault. We should be able to wipe that out. One division here to take that. Okay. And have we taken... Oh, they are breaking out here in Macau. Okay, that's all right. We're going to take Macau off them. Then they don't have any. Any supply, and then we're just going to chase them down. So that should not be a big issue. Once that's happened, then these Portuguese divisions should be out of the picture as well. And it gives our naval divisions something to hunt. So I'm all for it. Just need to defeat them. I know it's an attack across the river, and these divisions aren't even part of any army, but that's okay. That's okay. They are just here on cleanup duty. Okay, once Macau falls, that's it, because then they're losing their supply port. There we go. And now it's just a matter of actually we might send one back here and make sure they don't come back the other way. Okay. And the other division is going to push them back. Yeah, we don't want them to take Guangzhou. So let's make sure that doesn't happen. This is still ongoing, and this is happening as well. Yeah. So it's a hard fight because these are just port guard divisions. They are very underpowered, but these here are not. These are full mechanized divisions. So they should not have any trouble. They should not have any trouble getting through there. They're still green, but I still don't think they will have any issues to make this happen. So that should wipe out the remaining Portuguese divisions, and we have now, our ace pilots are still engaged in massive battles. This appears to have not worked out in the end. It looks like these mountain positions are just, you cannot assault these mountain positions by the looks of it, which is fascinating, but let's try it again. See if we can get across. The front lines here have stabilized sufficiently. We have the tank divisions in position. So let's because the Germans are actually dug in here. So let's make sure these two tank divisions can be on that front, and the others here are just holding this. So that should be all. Okay, so here we're just now holding. We're not going across to Kirch. There's no need for us to. But I want to see what's going on here before we do anything else. I would say it's a problem of reinforcing by the looks of it. It's like we might have to. We're not getting. Oh, because it's a. That's why. Because it's a very narrow front. We're not getting through here. Because we only get two divisions against three of theirs, and that's not a battle that we can easily win because they are sort of Thermopylaing here, unfortunately. We might, however, be able to break through in the south. So let's leave our three divisions here and see if we can break through in the south, and keep the assault up in the north. And see if we can make it through, if we are persistent enough. Let's see if that'll happen. Yeah, these are very narrow corridors, so but we might be able to break the Spaniards here in the south. And it looks like that worked. Yeah. Okay, so that's a little bit of an advantage. Okay, let's get the show on the road here in Russia. What are we fighting? It's just a bunch of Luftwaffe fighters, but not an awful lot. We do have some tactical bombers ready. We can move more. I think we can move 3 more wings. Was it 3 more? Yeah, we can move 3 more tactical bomber wings, and they will assist with first the assault on Ukraine. And tanks, go. So first, obviously supply is going to be an issue. So we do have to make sure that we're pushing along the supply lines. So the first push is going to be there. Let's get a second tank division there. and we get the other 3 to push here. We've got 4 tank divisions here. They can push along the railroad and see if they can. Where are we going? Actually, more this direction. So they're just going to cut along the river here, and we've still got 3 tank divisions here. They can do the same thing and just follow along the river. Okay. Right. Let's cut them off in Stalino and then push towards Kharkov. And this the second group here is going to support the assault behind the front slightly, and that should be. I think these were all the tank divisions. Yeah, the infantry is going to follow up. Okay, and yeah, let's make sure we cut. Actually, cut across. No, we're expecting to be attacked from the east. So let's cut across the lines here, also towards Kharkov. And then straight up north towards Kursk. Okay. And tanks are breaking through. We are getting counterattacked in Kharkov. Let's make sure we are supporting this sufficiently here. And just keep going. Just keep going. Make sure we're breaking through towards the north. The infantry can mop everything else up. So just to make sure that our tank divisions are getting through, and that our tank divisions are capable of getting their supply lines sorted. As a mild counterattack, but yeah, again, I am just going to rely on the infantry to mop that up. I am stretching the tanks northwards. We are trying to get across the river here, which is not the ideal solution, but we can try and see if we can make some Hungarian operative captured. Yep, that's all nice. Yeah, keep pushing. Let's keep rolling. We might have to stop and refuel at some point, but this breakout should be sufficient to. Yep, there come the defenders in Kharkov, but that's not going to help. We'll see how far we get, and actually widen this a little bit, just so we're not as easy to be cut off. Let's keep breaking through because we've got a long way to go, and a lot of defense to happen. And make sure that we're not leaving any weird front lines around. So I just want to make sure that everybody is on the main front. Okay, tanks are pushing into Kharkov, and second tank group is sort of pushing along here. Kharkov is taken. We are fighting some German panzers at this point, but just making sure that we're extending the lines here. We might have to halt if we are running out of fuel. I think we might be running low on fuel relatively soon, but the tank push is continuing. We do need to be careful though that we are widening this sufficiently that we're not getting cut off. But yeah, I think we've taken them completely by surprise here. And the infantry is marching to catch up. And I don't know how many divisions they will be. Let's shorten it already. We're going to start employing the other armies here as well. Just making sure that we have sufficient divisions for the push to happen. Where are my divisions? There we go. So tank divisions and back to that. Okay, keep the momentum going. And widen the front lines. We're now about to take Kursk. Second tank group is going to go in parallel. But we are outrunning our supply here relatively rapidly. So let's make sure that we're probably counter pushing here and supporting these to make sure that we're not getting cut off. especially Kharkov might be critical. We might divert one of the tank divisions towards defensive Kharkov here. Yeah, let's get one division over to Kharkov once we can. Okay, stop that assault, and I want you over in Kharkov, please. Okay, 3 tank divisions are about to take Kursk, and then are going to keep barreling along the railway into Orel North. And here we are just going to support the Kursk push. I am going to need that that second group here, actually, to widen this a little bit. So let's make sure they are accompanying sufficiently. Okay, Kursk is defended by a German panzer division, but relatively lightly, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We might be able to push out of Kharkov a little bit just to secure our supply lines here. How far are we? Not yet halfway, so that is going to take some doing. Okay, 3 tank division, just make sure to expand the front lines and just keep pushing. They are now rushing troops here to defend this push. Can we can't break out in from Arkhangelsk just yet because they have a fair amount of divisions up north. So I'm not sure how much they can pull actually without endangering their French front lines. There's still 89 German divisions and 100 French divisions, so they're still outnumbering us 2 to 1 pretty much. But how is Norway going? Norway is advancing actually. Okay, how is Africa going? I haven't looked at Africa in a while. Africa is sort of advancing as well. So I'm just gonna brief look. Have we wiped out the Portuguese in Goa? We appear to have. I'm not sure where my divisions are now. They seem to be all moving towards the islands here. And that push needs to happen still. And how does it look here? Okay. How have we let them retake Macau? If I don't do everything myself, honestly. Okay, let's wipe them out here. Now back to the front line. Okay, 3 to Orel. That may be as far as we can go right now, because we need these 6 tank divisions here to support this push and to come along. And obviously we need the infantry as well, and make sure that that we're securing the lines. Okay, I would love to have that line here secure. So let's see if we can make that happen. We are getting counterattacked by German troops at this point, but I need to make sure the air needs to catch up as well. How big of an airbase is that? That's currently occupied by the Germans actually, but I want that airbase. That's a level 5 airbase. So let's get I mean, we're still in range, so let's get these over the central Russian region and those over here. Okay. We need that airbase, that would be great. So infantry, if you don't mind, pushing them out here from that airbase would be awesome. Okay, I've got 1 tank division here, 1 here, and the 3 tank division spearhead. About to take Kursk, I believe. And we'll keep going. We might bypass Moscow, honestly. How does it look supply-wise? Can we push along the lines here? Not easily. We might have to take Moscow, which is unfortunate because that's quite out of ways where we actually want it to be. But otherwise we're not going to be connected supply-wise. Less than ideal. But let's follow the railway lines. Maybe we can just link up from here, and yeah, they're not linked here, the supply lines. It all centers around the hub in Moscow, which is quite unfortunate. Okay, are we able to push them out here? Let's see, we've got the 6 tank divisions here. I'm gonna get 3 for these, actually. And see if they can break through southwards and just secure this airbase here. Come on. Let me secure that. Because these tank divisions are... let's take the supply hub in Poltava as well. And then keep pushing. Okay. 3 tank divisions south. And see if we can make it to... make a small encirclement here. This is actually the wrong direction, but we're just securing the front lines here. These just need to hold, but I am already going to further shorten the front line here and extend the lines here just to make sure that, that we have sufficient troops. And I think that's okay, yeah. Alright, so can we push south here? These three tank divisions, let's see. The other 3 are pushing north to support the push. Kursk line all the way up to Orel, please. No. Not what I wanted. Okay, hang on. These 3 tank divisions south, yes. This tank division push back these panzers and take Poltava. These 2 widen the front line here. You need to push north towards Orel, and you need to put... Okay, everything's good, and we've taken... we're still holding Kharkov, but we're not breaking out here by the looks of it. We have taken the airbase though, which is good. So now I can... yeah, we've got Luftwaffe in the air in Ukraine, so they are reacting now. But we can start moving some air north. Don't need all that south here, so let's move that to our new airbase and focus on Ukraine. We've got 4 fighter wings here. Move them over there. They are a bit under strength, honestly, and they can. We might just consolidate 2 of them. That'd be a shame, honestly. That's because they're carrier fighters, and I don't think I'm producing these anymore. Okay, so how is the push looking? I think we are through here, through the lines. Research. Better torpedoes. Advanced landing craft. We're not doing naval invasions anymore. I'll just get... I'm just going to complete the naval text here, honestly. It's not that I have... Not that I'm probably not going to have much use for it, but I think these are... Yeah, we've sunk some... I think we sunk some Portuguese ships. Let's have a brief look. That's convoys. Somewhere in there... Okay, that was Daigo, actually. Commanding this, but we've sunk 4 Spanish destroyers. And this one's ongoing. That's just with light cruisers here, is it? Yeah, these are they're just chasing our submarines. That's convoys. That's convoys. Can get rid of that. Sunk 9 German destroyers. Nice, well done. Oh, we've sunk a Portuguese light cruiser and 18 destroyers. A bunch of destroyers made it out, but that would be a large part of the Portuguese forces that... yeah, that one. Okay, so that's done. And that was nothing. And that was nothing either. Okay, and I think that's it. Oh no. We've got 3 civilian factories. Oh my gosh, how many civilian factories are we have free? That's fine. Don't really need them right now. I have enough production as is. I've got more than I need in terms of tanks and everything else, really. We've got so much of stuff that I don't know where else to put it. We can make... What does it look like? We can make a bit more infantry equipment, I guess. There. So then we might just, well, build a couple of military factories. Everywhere, don't really care where. It's really just to keep the factories busy and give them something to do. I might as well build up our newly conquered possessions here. And our old conquered possessions. Okay, yeah, that gets everybody busy, so good. Alright. We do need to secure the supply lines here, so I definitely want that railroad connected. Let's see if we can push the Germans out of that. Here we can push a little bit. At the same time, we have to be careful not to make it too broad, because the assist here with the push, please. It's just one German infantry division, so we should be able to take that. Okay, tanks here are busy. Tanks here are busy. We are fighting still, and I think the tanks... yeah, okay, the tanks are moving. The tanks are moving again. That isn't happening, actually. So this tank division appears to be slightly exhausted. Let's see if we can assist. Yeah, supply is an issue with these kind of breakouts. But let's see if we can at least reach Orel in the north, and then we have made some significant progress here. All right. Oh yeah, and we've managed to secure Kharkov, I believe. We may need to wait for the supply lines to connect, because I think the tanks are now also going to be running out of fuel, and that is not going. Yeah, they're moving extremely slowly at this point. I think they are pretty much out of fuel. So I'm going to leave one in Kursk. One tank division in Kursk. I'm going to move towards Orel, but then we need to wait for the supply to catch up, because I think that sort of stretches it otherwise a little bit. Okay, here we are attacking. We have taken Poltava, but we now need to hold here. I'm not sure if the Germans are bringing in reserves or if they're starting to move troops off the front lines in France, but. Have we taken Oslo yet? Yes, we have, actually. We have taken Oslo. So, things happening there. That naval base here is still under construction. And yeah, here we need to wait. Here we now need to wait and consolidate, because I think... Actually, in fact, I think I'm going to abandon the push towards Orel. This is going to be as far as we're going to get for now, until we have supply sorted. Because the tanks are out of fuel. And you don't push tanks. Let's see if we can secure the railway here. And we might be able to even just push through here and see if we can encircle some divisions. And then take that. Okay. And here, yeah, here we're just holding. So no one's breaking out by the looks of it. Front lines are stable, supply is dire, but such is the life of a soldier. They just need to hold. They just need to hold while we are running the encirclement. We might be able to take Arkhangelsk off them and then assist, push further towards here. But I think we may shorten, we may not go towards Ludendorff after all, but we may shorten it and go via Moscow just because of the supply lines. But right now, okay, it looks like we have supply connected. So let's recommence the push and see that we can take Orel. This division can move north. Just capture some German supply lines while we're at it. Okay. And we do need to wait for the infantry to catch up here before we can start moving on with the tanks. We're holding Poltava here. Have we managed to push south? Almost. That would be a nice little encirclement. Just start attacking them already here. We've encircled a division here, so make sure that that gets wiped out. And we just need... one tank division south here to take that, the other two divisions to take that, and then they should be completely out of supply, because once we've taken the port, the problem is, again, the tank's out of fuel. so this is going to slow down their advance quite a little, but we are now going to wipe out these divisions here, which will reduce the pressure a little bit. Pressure a little bit on the front. Let's see if we can take that airbase. That would actually be nice. They are trying to... No, they are trying to reconnect here, actually. We need tanks here and push into Dnepropetrovsk. We'll take the airbase with the infantry from the north. How else is it looking? Okay, my tanks have slowed down a little bit. And it looks like we're almost in Orel. So let's see if we can take that. We should be able to. And then I think we have to wait for, again, for supply to connect, especially around Kursk, because we are running out. But we have taken this salient here. We have taken this, so they are going to be... No. Go there. Cut them off here. Then there. And then there. And why has this assault stopped here? These guys should be out of supply. And assist, please make sure that these get wiped out. Okay. Now 2 tank divisions. Let's see if we can make the push to Dnepropetrovsk. And we are taking the airbase in the north. Okay. And that's done as well. Super heavy shells. Anything interesting? No, we've just wiped out a couple more Portuguese destroyers, but nothing really interesting. Yeah, I'm just finishing up research here at this point. Let's make our mountain infantry a little bit better, since we're at it. Just finishing up the research at this point. Okay, I think this is about as far as we get right now today. We have made a significant breakthrough into the Soviet holdings of the German Reich. We have encircled another 7 divisions here, and we have managed to push all the way up to Orel. Is it Orel? Yes, Orel. We will probably follow the railway lines towards Moscow, and then move north, more north here towards Ludendorff, or try to cut off, try to join up with the armies here once we have some supply, and that should hopefully cut off the whole German Eastern armies, and we should be able to wipe them out. Once that has happened, then there's nothing between us and Berlin, I believe. So that's something just needs to happen. We might be able to try another assault here, but this looks very well defended. So I think we still haven't brought in the Third Army. So we might try that and try another assault here. We have expanded very little here on this front line, but we have managed to. And how's Ethiopia looking? Yeah. We're now running out of supply in Africa, as you do, because supply in Africa is always difficult. But we seem to be taking Ethiopia slowly off the Italians here, and we have wiped out the Portuguese holdings. Yeah, we have wiped out the Portuguese holdings, so we can send some of these. What is that? The 14th Army. We can actually send that. To the front lines. But all of this is going to come in the next episode. That's it for me today. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.